Hey, welcome back to another episode. In this episode, we are going to learn about some of the key differences between edge computing and cloud computing. You've probably heard about both terms thrown out already. This is actually very common terms. Now, what it really means, we will look into that, and we will also look into some examples. So let's break it down. Well, first, let's talk about where data is processed, specifically for both sides. So the first difference will be the location of compute or processing. Well, in edge computing, the actual computing happens close to the source of data. Think local servers or device right where the action is. This means faster response times because data doesn't have to travel far. But in case of cloud computing, now you're processing the data in a large centralized data centers. It's powerful and scalable, but since data has to travel from data center to your house, it can be a bit slower. But they both have their use cases. Next, we have latency, which is basically the delay between sending a request and then getting the response. For edge computing, the delays are minimal. So I will say edge computing wins here. With minimal delays, it's perfect for real-time application like autonomous cars or smart devices. And that is why if you have seen some pictures of autonomous cars which actually drive along, they have a proper, powerful compute unit right in that car because they cannot wait. There cannot be any delays. If there is a delay for an autonomous car like Tesla, things can go really bad. Now, on the other hand, if we talk about latency for cloud computing, well, cloud computing has a higher latency because of the distance between data center and the customers, right? It's pure physics. But it's still great for tasks that doesn't need instant response. So if some delay is acceptable, then cloud can actually give you awesome benefits. Now let's talk about the bandwidth usage on both cases. The actual amount of data that needs to be sent over the network, that is your bandwidth. Now for edge computing first. Well, with edge computing, less data is sent since much of the processing or much of the processed data is done locally, saving you bandwidth. But when we talk about cloud computing, well, cloud computing sends more data back and forth, which can use up more bandwidth. And if you don't have an unlimited plan, then yes, it can be more expensive. Now, let's discuss about scalability, is where the cloud actually shines. This is where the cloud platforms such as Amazon, Azure, they brag about. So, for cloud computing or cloud computers or platforms, they can actually easily scale up or down because it uses massive data centers with virtually unlimited resources or resource pools. Then comes edge computing. Well, edge computing is limited by the local hardware, so scalability is possible but is restricted. Just think about you need more processing power or more RAM in your edge computer, then go to Amazon and buy it. Not Amazon Cloud. I'm talking about e-commerce. And then install it. And then you will be ready to scale. So it takes time. Possible, but not fun to do. How about security? Well, security is, again, essential on both sides. Well, edge computing can be riskier because data is processed locally and might not have the same level of protection as data centers. Now, on the other hand, the cloud computing benefits from advanced security measures, but its centralized nature can make it a target, basically. So, what it means that edge computing is riskier because you or maybe a customer might not have enough money to put a lot of security protocols on top of it. But Azure have a lot of money, so they make sure to put a lot of security measures. But again, they become a single point of target. So that is the risky part. So some nervousness will be there. So when should you use each other? Means when should you use edge computing or when to use cloud computing? Well, basically, you use edge computing when low latency is crucial, like IoTs, Internet of Things, sensors, or devices such like that, or autonomous vehicles. Next, limited bandwidth also makes it significant, actually, and a good model to use. Let's say you are in a remote place where the bandwidth is not good enough and you want processing power. Well, for that, edge computing shines. How about data privacy? Well, data privacy requires local processing for security and compliance reasons. You have the data, so you take care of the security. Reliability is needed even when the internet connection is unstable. Well, if you want reliability without a reliable internet connection, go for edge computing. Now, when to use cloud computing? Well, you use cloud computing when high scalability is more important for big or huge workloads. So high scalability, cloud is awesome for that. Next is long-term cost efficiency. If cost efficiency is important, since you don't have to maintain local infrastructure, then go for cloud computing. How about centralized management, which makes sense for storing and processing data in one place? And that place can be a data center. Again, cloud computing makes sense. Or if you want resource-intensive tasks, such as artificial intelligence integration, or machine learning, or enterprise software solutions, again, you want more power. Go with cloud computing. In summary, I will say edge computing is all about speed, local processing, and real-time performance, while cloud computing focuses on scalability, elasticity, cost efficiency, and centralized management. The right choice depends on your needs. Some systems even combine both for the best of both worlds. Now, thanks for actually connecting with me for my episode, but we will wrap it now. I will see you in the next episode. Please take care of yourself and good luck for your cloud computing journey.